So it looks like we found an unlikely ally in Cardi B. She recently took to Instagram Live to go on an expletive-laden rant against the Biden administration's outrageous spending habits. She regrets supporting and endorsing Biden and says, I'm done endorsing presidential candidates from here on out because look at what's happened. And Cardi B, granted, she has a shady past. She's not, a great stellar person. She, admitted to drugging and robbing men in the past. She doesn't have a great current day reputation either, but she has her moments. Legitimately, she does. And I have to applaud her for speaking out now and realizing that she made a bad decision in the past by supporting this guy. And she even said, look, guys, if anything happens to me or my family, just know it's because I am speaking out and telling the truth, because the truth needs to be heard. She is a woman of the people. Yeah. She is a patriot.
Well, I mean, I really do believe when they oust Biden and then they just put Gavin Newsom in there, she'll just vote for Gavin Newsom.
No, I'm not expecting great things from Cardi, but I'm just saying she has her moments, and we've talked about this in the past. She eviscerated the Dalai Lama when he had that weird incident asking a child to suck his tongue, talked about pedophilia and things like that. And she also, in the past, talked about inflation and the skyrocketing cost of living, how it's like $7 to just buy lettuce in this country. It's out of control, and she's right.
The lettuce industrial complex is, in fact, coming for us all.
Mm-hmm. Lettuce costs us too much lettuce.
Yep.
So go to about like a minute 30 here so we can hear from her.
All right.
She's basically talking about a recent budget cut that got approved in New York City, where she is from. She's a Bronx girly. $120 million were cut from the budget for schools, sanitation, public libraries, and the police department. Funny hearing this from an ACAB supporter.
This is why I said this is what I'm telling y'all, I'm not this year. Don't fucking ask me. I don't give a fuck the resume that they send. I don't give a fuck. I'm not endorsing no fucking presidents no more. Cause how is there a $100 million budget cut in New York City for fucking schools, library, police safety, and sanitation? Yeah, Joe Biden's talking about, like, yeah, we could fund two wars. Motherfuckers talking about we don't got it, but we got it. Like, we're the greatest nation. No, the fuck we're not. We're going through some shit right now. Like, say it. We're really going through, we really.
I'm so, I just have to point out, there was a point, I read an article that says Cardi B torches Ukraine spending, and just the idea of her saying something like that made
it's crazy,
me laugh
right?
really loud. She does not say at any point, Ukraine spending.
No.
Are fucked right now.
Let it sink in.
$120 million. Like, where these kids are gonna go? Like, I'm lucky. I'm blessed. I'm whatever the fuck. But like, what's gonna happen to my nieces? What's gonna happen to my nephews? What's gonna happen to my cousins, my aunts, my friends?
So like, the fact that she's recording this video wearing nothing but her bonnet and a bathrobe doesn't exactly help her credibility as a political commentator, but I appreciate the effort nonetheless. And a lot of people are happy that she spoke out.
Just remember that every time a politician is wearing a suit, it's just a chameleon costume to screw you with anyways. So
very true. One person said, Cardi comparing the government trying to fund two wars while having a budget cut to a man trying to fund two bitches knowing he don't got it is top tier political commentary. Other people said poli-sci Cardi is my favorite. And she gives back to local schools here consistently.
None of that money ever makes it to those kids. Let's be
Another
real.
said, she's literally the only rapper that I know who has used her platform to consistently speak on important issues like this. Very cool. Another said, this is exactly why I love her. She is way more than just a music artist. Cardi is always for the people. Now, some people are saying she doesn't quite understand the separation in governments, like local, state politics. This budget cut was approved by the mayor, Eric Adams, obviously not Joe Biden himself, but she addressed that point in the video as well. And she made a follow-up video too. She said, like, I'm thinking about the whole picture. Like, when you look at the big picture, it doesn't make any sense that our schools are failing students, that our streets are dirty and there are rats taking over New York City, and that groceries are becoming unaffordable for the average person who's working in this country. And at the same time, the US is funneling billions of dollars into wars overseas. It, like that, she is absolutely correct. That makes no sense. And I guess you could say hope is already lost if Cardi B has to be the one to point this out, but at least she's trying. At least someone cares enough to say something.
I think it's all just a psyop to get Newsom in there.
You think?
I think they're all going to fall in line behind Newsom.
As like
Joe Biden,
the front runner
Joe
for
Biden
Democrats?
looks like he's wearing he looks like a ghost wearing a skin suit for the most part. Like when he walks around and talks, he looks like his voice when he did that thing yesterday where he messes up Beyonce and Britney Spears and Taylor Swift. That's the voice of somebody, like if he was half that age, that's a dude who's been on like a stimulant binge for like 8 days and can't keep his eyes open. But it's not a stimulant binge. It's just he's 80 gazillion years old and he's been awake for longer than 6 hours with a nap.
Yeah.
He just celebrated his 81st birthday, making him the oldest president in history, right?
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So it's I think they just want to put Newsom in there because look, even Newsom is,
or Kamala.
Newsom is so evil because even like we've talked to conservative women who are like, look, he's awful.
But that hair,
but that hair, he is handsome, right? They also said that the positioning of Jennifer Siebel's Newsom in the Harvey Weinstein case was to make her seem sympathetic for his eventual presidential run.
Stupid.
Not to get conspiratorial, but obviously they have to do something about it, and they'll have to get rid of Biden somehow. And so now you're free to criticize people. And even if that wasn't the plan, none of this, and I mean none of this, ever translates to vote red. Ever. Because they have done a very good job over the last 20 years of making it seem as if every Republican is a moral negative, right? So even if your schools are failing, even if your libraries are closing, even if all your clothes are being devoured by rats, you don't want to elect a racist, sexist bigot, do you?
Yeah, she even addressed the fact that this partially defunds the police, which is something that a lot of people that support her probably called for.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't give a F about the police, but it is what it is.
We are not.
And she said that crime is going to skyrocket because of this. They know that the policies they support are terrible in practice.
They never.
It's just they don't really care.
They never learn their lesson. It does not matter. We're not going to get. At least I don't see us ever getting a Rudy Giuliani revolution again in New York City.
Well, you just said that they just approved a $390 million budget for improving replacing radios
encrypted
in police
radio
cars.
communication in police cars and stuff like that. Also, if we're being completely honest, like for most of this stuff, it's a sanctuary city. And that was a big thing that came up there. This is a problem of their own making. It's a sanctuary city, right? So Eric Adams can pass the buck off on to Joe, but this is a problem they should be figuring out. He passes, like a true politician, he passes the blame off to Biden in all of this. And they're all evil and stupid, and you shouldn't like any of them. I got really annoyed, okay? The other day, the dude from Argentina who won, right? This guy who won the first ever libertarian head of a country. Okay, so in Argentina, and there's these videos of like a mom passing her child to this guy to give him a hug. And I said, if you already have this much desperate adulation and worship for any political figure, I don't care how much they fall in line with your beliefs, you've already lost, because all politicians are false idols anyways. Like, you should not put any amount of... I feel the same way about people, and that's just somebody who has no problem with Donald Trump, voted for Donald Trump, fine. but the amount of like just unbelievable holy worship that these politicians get when they're the type of politician that is a cult of personality, I have a problem with. So
Well, I mean, a lot of people enjoy Trump because he makes fun of the pomp and circumstance surrounding politicians. He's like making meta jokes about the fact that he is a non-politician in a politician's role,
which is just going to become
like,
another.
Oh, I'm very presidential.
That's
like,
just going to become another type of tier of politician now. The non-politician.
No one can do it like him.
The non-politician politician.
But I love Trump, and I'm very upfront about that.
Bree Hawk says, "Oh man, is this Brett's and cat phase? This has always been my phase, that politicians are evil.
This is Brett's Joker phase.
Yeah, that politicians are evil, and government, for the most part, is a moral negative these days for society." So I don't know. But what is it? Broken clock is right twice a day. Cardi B is only right when she's getting ready for bed and
she's sleep deprived, wearing a bathrobe and a bonnet.
And remember, and this is a good time to use this as what we always point out here. It says, I don't care if you agree with her, and we do agree with plenty of the things she said here. Never, ever, ever look to celebrities for guidance on what to believe in life, right? It's just not worth it. It's not healthy. They don't live in the same world as you or I.
You can say that till you're blue in the face, but that's not going to change the fact that people are still going to model their political opinions, lifestyle choices.
I can scream it to the wind, but people aren't going to
after
change
celebrities.
I understand that. I
That's
wish
why they
would.
want the celebrity endorsements so badly.
I saw
even Trump played into that, of course.
House and Habit did say, like, Laura Loomer's Taylor Swift conspiracy predictions are coming true because Biden was supposed to mention Taylor Swift in the speech. He's just so old and demented that he didn't do it right.
That's a bit of a reach.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.